about strange occurrences in the house, about feeling cold even in the warmest rooms, about seeing shadows that moved on their own. As Emily read, she felt a chill that had nothing to do with the cold. She closed the journal and looked around the attic again. This time, she saw it, a dark, shadowy figure standing in the corner. It was tall and thin, with eyes that glowed like embers in the dark. Emily screamed and ran back down the stairs, the journal clutched tightly in her hand. The next few days were a blur of fear and paranoia. Emily couldn't shake the feeling that the shadow was still there, watching her from the darkness. She tried to tell her parents, but they dismissed it as her imagination. She even went to see a doctor, but they couldn't find anything wrong with her. The shivering continued, and Emily felt like she was losing her mind. One evening, as Emily sat in her room, she heard a soft whispering sound. It was coming from the walls, from the very air around her. She looked around, but there was no one there. The whispering grew louder, and she realized it was Margaret's voice, pleading for help. Emily knew she had to do something, but she didn't know what. She took the journal and went back to the attic. The shadow was there again, waiting for her. Emily opened the journal and read aloud the last entry Margaret had written. It was a plea for someone to break the curse that had been placed on the house, a curse that had trapped Margaret's spirit in the shadows. As Emily read, the shadow began to change. It grew taller and more menacing, and Emily felt a cold hand wrap around her throat. She struggled to breathe, but she kept reading. The words seemed to pierce the air, and the shadow began to weaken. Emily could feel the cold grip on her throat loosening, and she knew she was winning. With a final, desperate effort, Emily finished reading the journal entry. The shadow let out a scream that echoed through the attic, and then it was gone. Emily collapsed to the floor, gasping for air. She looked around, but the attic was empty. The curse was broken, and Margaret's spirit was finally free. Emily never told anyone what had happened in the attic. She knew they wouldn't believe her, and she didn't want to risk bringing the shadow back. She kept the journal hidden under her bed, a reminder of the darkness that had once haunted her. The shivering stopped, and Emily was finally able to sleep in peace. But she could never shake the feeling that the shadow was still out there, waiting for the next victim.